Hello everyone, happy Vlogmas. Today is day 15, I believe. I'm starting to lose track. But today we have something kind of fun planned, another little cooking video, but it's barely cooking. We're gonna make some superfood truffles today. It has like almond flour, peanut butter, honey. We're gonna have some fun toppings like matcha powder, coconut flakes, cocoa nibs, and cocoa powder. So I was kind of thinking like the coconut flakes would look kind of like snow and like little snowballs. So that was kind of the thought process behind why I wanted to make these for winter, but it's super easy to make. I actually learned how to make these in one of my like work classes. They had like a cute like health food like class thing, and one of the classes we made superfood truffles. So I'm gonna put Gigi down and then we will get started. But as always, please check the description box if you guys are interested in any of the cooking equipment that I used today, like any of the bowls. But yeah, let me put her down and then we will get started. Alrighty, so first we're gonna take our almond flour. So this is probably about, I wanna say like half a cup. Oh, come on, Kiki. This is about half a cup of almond flour. And then to half a cup of almond flour, we're gonna add around 3 to 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. If you are nut sensitive, then you can use sunflower butter. That's a seed, so you don't need to worry about any nut allergies. But I have peanut butter on hand, so that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna do about 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. Then we're going to do around 2 tablespoons of honey. Add that straight to the bowl. It's really cold today, so this honey is gonna take a while. There we go. So we have our honey in. Now we're going to add our cocoa powder. Kind of a heaping tablespoon. And that's pretty much it. For toppings, once we mix everything together, we're gonna dip or roll our superfood truffles into any of these toppings. So we have cocoa nibs up here, hemp hearts here, shredded coconut, matcha powder, and cocoa powder. So those are our flavorings that we're gonna coat our superfood truffles in. You could really use anything that you want. I had most of these things on hand, but I thought it'd be fun to have a variety of them. So let's mix the truffles together and I'll show you guys what it looks like when we roll them in the toppings. So now we're just gonna mix everything together, making sure everything is really nicely incorporated. I'm just using a rubber spatula because I feel like that incorporates everything nicely. We're just gonna combine it all together. And if you notice that your mixture is a little too dry, then add some more honey or peanut butter. And then if it's too wet, then you could add more almond flour. But for the most part, these ratios should work out. You should, the consistency you're looking for is like a moist ball, kind of like, I want to say like wet sand, but if you've ever had truffles before, you know when you bite into them, they're quite soft. If you want a harder texture, once you make these, you can add them to the fridge, which that's how I like to store them anyways. And then they harden a little bit more. They don't really harden, but they just get a more stiff texture. You see it comes together into this homogeneous mixture. Now what we want to do is we want to start making our balls. Alrighty, so I've just lined my plate with parchment paper. So we're just going to take a little bit of the mixture and then add it to our plate. And we're just going to keep repeating this until you make the balls out of all of your mixture. Alrighty, so rolling filling up the last ball. That was so easy. All right, so now this is the fun part. We're gonna take each ball and roll it into each of the toppings. There's that one. All right, so broke up the coconut a little bit more. Let's see if it helps stick on a little bit better. It does, okay. For the powder, you want to also just kind of shake your ramekin around or your small bowl around, and then that's also a slightly less messy way for you to cover your truffles. Cute. Please ignore my atrocious nails, but just the right amount of sweetness with the honey, and I like the texture of the toppings. You can serve this with a nice hot cup of tea, which is what I am doing. All right, guys, so we are all done with the truffles. I just brewed some tea to have with it, but I wanted to show you guys. I just used the Snapware container for this, lined with some parchment paper. But here are all the truffles. So again, it's not necessarily about taking away any of the fun, sugary, chocolatey bits that we all know and love. I think it's more about adding things that are nutrient dense and that are wholesome and good for you. Again, these have protein from the peanut butter. You have antioxidants from the cocoa nibs and cocoa powder. Almond flour has protein because it's just essentially ground up almonds, and then honey obviously is a natural sweetener. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you guys think. The rest of the day, just going to download and edit some content, do some administrative stuff for the blog, and then once Wes comes home, we'll have dinner and play with the cats. Alexa, what day is it today?
Today is Thursday, December 15th.
December 15th. 15. When you're, come here, 15 and somebody tells you they love you, you're gonna believe it. When you're 15, like there's nothing to figure out. Well, count to 10, take it in, this is life, before you know who you're gonna be. Today's the 15th, good girls.